What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Uncle Frank and Amora, and this is our 10th podcast. You believe that? Number 10.
No.
Come on. This is great.
It's amazing.
I'm surprised you haven't killed me. Like, I'm surprised I'm still alive. It's amazing. I thought we'd get, like, if it was like a fight prediction, I'd say round 7. Like, it's the 7th episode.
Yes.
I'm a dead man. So, I hope you ladies and gentlemen are having a safe and wonderful life out there. And I know, once again, it is a lot. We're not getting much content, so have some patience. I get it. We're on board with you. But it is coming. Here, before I read this, I'm going to give you some hope. This is 5 minutes of hope with Uncle Frank, okay? So,
thank you.
In case you're not paying, I watch all this stuff because I'm OCD and I'm really weird. So I watch tweets about GTA and stuff like that. And GTA got a very good sized update to it. What was it? Last Tuesday. And it was a Formula One racing circuit, right? This is really good. Here's why. They usually update things like, and I know I've been preaching this, but bear with me, okay? I know I said January and it's February. Is it March? It's March.
Yeah.
I said January. I know. But listen, hear me out. When they get a good size update, we usually get one. And it has to, just statistically, I have to be right one time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is the week, not this Friday, it's next Friday. If it's not next Friday, somebody can do something to me. What do you guys want to do? We'll put it in the comment section. If we don't get an update by next Friday, I'll do something that you know what I'm saying? We'll come up with some kind of humiliating thing for me to do. Because it's happening next Friday. All right, and I'm going to read this, and I'm really super excited about the content of this podcast tonight. I have a thought that I think you guys are going to love. I think I'm going to have so much fun with this. I haven't talked about it with you, Amora, because I'm like, man, this is going to be, okay. So let's get through what Rockstar released, and then we'll jump into that. So, here we got Red Dead Online challenges, bonuses, and discounts. Complete daily challenges to receive a treasure map, 50% XP boost on all Moonshiner missions, and more. Earn a treasure map, which we got today, by the way, right?
Yes.
Then you got it. I got it, too. Complete 5 daily challenges this week and receive a treasure map as a reward for your diligence and determination. You can pick up your treasure map from the camp lockbox at a post office within 48 hours of completing the daily challenges. Receive a 50% roll XP boost. Moonshiners will receive a 50% roll XP boost on all Moonshiner cell, story, and bootleg missions, which they can access by talking to Maggie and Marcel in their Moonshine Shack. Sign up for the Outlaw Pass. Signing up for the Outlaw Pass number 2 by March 8th will net you 10 ranks worth of Club XP right off the bat. Club XP rewards will be delivered to the benefits section within 48 hours of upgrading to the Outlaw Pass number 2. The Outlaw Pass number 2 closes on March 10th. So what does that tell you? They're shutting down the Outlaw Pass. We're going to get another Outlaw Pass. Somebody check right now. Not that we have any assistance. I'm yelling at nobody. What day? What day does March 10th fall on? I'm going to check right now because I want to tell you.
Yeah.
I know how right I am. I know. Oh, damn it. I was wrong. Okay. So okay, no, this is perfect. I'm going to give you the exact day this update comes out. I'm going to whip out the crystal ball. Here we go. The update closes, the Outlaw Pass number 2 closes on Tuesday, the 10th, okay? Friday, the 13th, we are getting an update. The update comes out Friday, the 13th. You can hold me to that. You can hold me to it. You can hold me to it. Yeah, okay. Let's continue reading. The Friday the 13th is the update. It's happening. That's when it's happening. Okay. Where were we? Good thing I didn't say the 10th, man. I bought myself another 3 days. Okay. 25% off the cost of Arabian horses at stables. If you're as fat as Uncle Frank, you cannot ride these horses because it looks like you're riding a raccoon. So, if you're a female horse, yeah, if you're a female horse, you can ride Uncle Frank. if you're a, anyway, if you're fat as Frank can't ride the Arabians, but for you ladies out there or really small dudes, you guys have a 25% off the cost of Arabian horses at the stable. 30% off all vests and bandoliers. I'm gonna tell you right now, the bandoliers are hot, especially the ones that are 18 gold that give you all of the bullets in them, like the one that Uncle Frank is sporting right now. Man, those are the best ones to buy because I spent way too much money on them, and I don't like the ones where I look like I'm out of ammo because I'm OCD. I'm going to a new situation prepared. You know what I mean? Like, I drive around in real life in a Jeep with night vision, okay, and bows and arrows and stuff. So we're, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't have empty holes in my bandoliers. It'll make you crazy. Like, I'd be like, why do we have the bullets to fill these? It's like a bad movie to me. You know what I mean? You ever see that movie Signs with Mel Gibson? Have you ever seen it?
I don't know.
Okay, well, there's an alien invasion coming. It's by M. Night Shyamalan, right? They got all this time to do all this stuff and board up these windows and stuff like this, and then they don't bring the kid's asthma pump in the basement with them. Like, the kid has this really bad asthma, so don't bring the pump. If that shit's going down and I got 8 hours, my kid's gonna have so many asthma pumps we could throw them at the aliens. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of preparation are we talking about? Anyway, so 30% off. Oh, that's where we went with that 30% off bandoliers. Man, I'm weird. Okay, 40% off the fishing bow and fishing rod. Discounts available through March 9th. Okay. Twitch Prime benefits. Connect your social club account with Twitch Prime to get the collector's bag, the polished copper moonshine. I feel like this has been offered every week.
Yeah.
Polished copper moonshine still. Benefits award for 5 ranks of moonshine or roll XP. Rewards will arrive in the benefits section within 48 hours of playing. PlayStation Plus benefits. PlayStation Plus benefit members receive a new benefit. What is it, though? A new benefit for playing between now and June 1st. June 1st? That's a long time. We get a benefit for playing between now and June 1st. Does it say what it is? Log into Red Dead Online to get a select 3 ability cards of their choice. Free of charge. Rewards will arrive in the benefits section within 48 hours of playing. I don't know. It sounds like if you log in before June 1st, you get to select 3 ability cards. You know damn well there better be some new ability cards coming out, or that doesn't benefit us.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what are we going to do with that? Anyway. All right, come over to the campfire and sit down, because Uncle Frank has a great idea. You were actually there. Are you eating again? Look at it! She come over here with a plate in her hand. You gotta be kidding me.
Here.
I said, come sit down. I said, are you eating? She walked on the screen with a plate on cue. I dare you. God damn it. That's unbelievable. Oh, somebody said,
yum, yum.
Did you see the comment? Somebody said, listen, Frank, we don't want to see your face anymore. Show him more his face anymore. I'm going to stare at you. I love that somebody said that. I was like, listen, you're absolutely right. I wouldn't want to look at Frank either. No way. Okay. So this is... Okay, so first off, before we jump into this, there's one thing I've wanted for a while, and this isn't the big idea, but I want to be able to teach my horse to pick people's pockets. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
Like when we get, instead of getting down, I want the horse to like open somebody's jacket, like throw it open, slide their wallet out, and hand it back. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Why can't we teach the horse to do that? There's got to be other things we could teach the horse to do. I want to teach my horse. Okay, let's start the podcast off. Give me something you want your horse to be able to do, to be able to train your horse to do one thing. In the comment section, you guys tell us too. What would you want? One thing that you could train your horse to do, if it could be anything. Don't say fly, because everybody's going to say fly. Fly's off the table.
God damn.
I know. Don't say, oh, it's fly. Say fly's off the table. Something else. Can't be fly. Let's see. I don't have one either. I'm not ready for this. My point was I want my horse to be able to rob people. That's my thing. And I'm
Me too.
No, you can't take mine.
I know, but I do want that too, because I've been frustrated when, yeah.
Okay, you want that too, but you got to come up with one too.
I know.
You can't take mine.
Okay? I know.
All right. Well, while you think of one, I'm going to expand upon my horse's robbery skill. Let's say, what can we do? I'd like to teach my horse to attack people. You know what I mean? Like, I should be able to teach my horse on how to reload my bolt-action rifle. I feel like it could work. Like the round is big enough to load it in with its tongue. You know what I mean? Like we could work it out, is what I'm saying. So reloading my weapons would be number 2 after robbing people. What can we do? Man. But going through, so I don't have to get down and loot all these people. The horse just throw somebody's jacket open, slide their wallet out, hand it back. You know what I'm talking about? Absolutely. I feel like if it can pick flowers and stuff, it can absolutely pick a wallet. 100%. 100% that horse can slide somebody's wallet out. What else can it do? Yeah, man, that horse, listen, we should be able to armor the horse too. Like, I know that it's silly to some people, but I don't care what you think. I want to be able to put on a chainmail suit over the top of the horse, and then I want to add some kind of steel to it. You gave us masks. Let me turn my horse basically into a Bradley armored personnel carrier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, hell yeah. And I want the same thing for Frank, but in an underwear version, like a onesie, like a Kevlar onesie.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. So moving on. This is what I'm extremely excited about. I want to have musical instruments that you can buy in this game that, now don't say anything, I want you to hear me out on the whole thing. So you can buy these musical instruments. You can play them on missions and things like that. So if you're sitting in a wagon, you know, you can buy, excuse me. Let's say, and this is another thing, I may comment what musical instruments you'd want to play. I'm talking about harmonica because it's simple. So when you're on a wagon, you can play a banjo, things like that. Give me your top 2 instruments. I think they're probably in the game already. And we're going way past on this. Hear me out. So give me your top 2. Give me the instrument one instrument. What would you play? What would you want to learn? Violin, okay. So let's take your instrument and we're going to go from here. So you buy a violin from some store, right? Once you have the violin, you don't know how to play this instrument, right? So you have to go and find different musicians to teach you how to play different songs. And it's not just show up that you sit down with this person, you know what I'm saying? Like you show up and they're like, oh, plus triangle to learn the song. No. Once you learn the song, you could just press triangle. But here's what I want to experience. There's a story in the like old blues where there's like this crossroads. I mean, I cannot remember this kid's name. It's gonna piss me off. But basically, where he goes down to the crossroads, he makes a deal with the devil, and he comes back and he can play the guitar like nobody's ever seen before. It's a famous song in the blues, or famous story in the blues. Like seriously, people believe that this dude met the devil and he sold his soul to be able to play this music this way. So, and it's gonna really drive me nuts. I will find out who that was and put it in the comment section. So I want to be able to have those kinds of experiences in this game. Like if you buy a guitar, and in every musical, everybody has to be different. Like you can't just go to one Yoda music teacher. You know what I mean? Like it has to be these people's these are the instruments these people specifically play. So if you want to learn and make the characters cool, man. Like if you want to learn to play the blues, you got to go to LeGras. And there's a dude, you know what I mean? Like a sick looking blues musician. You know what I'm saying? Like hanging out there at a certain time of day. You got to find him somehow. And then here, before we go into the whole thing, when you meet these people, I want you to have, like, it's not something that's easy to do. Like, you don't just meet them and, like I said, you know, hold triangle. Like, you have to do something almost like, I don't want to say, what I'm imagining is like a Guitar Hero thing, but with X, you know, square, all the buttons on the controller. Utilizing all the buttons on the controller, like whatever strings or whatever instrument you're playing. And you have to match this song that this guy is teaching you. Once you do that, then it goes into you Then you hit triangle, square, circle, almost like an emote. You could play the song while you're on a wagon. Because imagine how cool that shit would be when you're on the road and this dude whips out a banjo and plays this sick song, you know what I mean, that you've never heard before because he went and met some dude. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have to be a DLC. This should be like on the download. Like you buy these instruments, not the download. I mean, it's a big deal. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want this to be like the musical DLC. I want it to be like just the musical instruments go up for sale and they don't even really tell us that much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all of a sudden you hear, oh, that would be dope. You hear somebody in like Le Gras or Saint Denis talking about this great blues musician in Le Gras. So you got to hear that. And then you got to go and see him, but it's not something that I'm like, you know, maybe it's like one of those circles that pops up on your map randomly, like, whoop, whoop, you know what I mean? Like the dog or whatever. So then you go over there and, you know, then you find the guy. But you don't just hit triangle, you learn this music from this dude. Maybe it takes multiple times to go back and see him because it's so hard to do. You know what I mean? You only have a certain amount of time to learn this song before he leaves. And if you don't do it, you got to go find him again type thing. And I think that would be so cool.
Yeah, it would be.
Imagine all the music, because listen, this Rockstar could get some sick musicians, singers. Well, singing would be cool too. I don't know how the hell they could pull that off.
I don't think they will pull that off.
No. I'm not saying about like, I was thinking maybe along those lines, but it just occurred to me, like we were talking about having a theater. I would love to go somewhere and have like an opera singer. Have an opera singer, pay an opera singer to do 4 songs. Or 8 songs or whatever it is. And you know, they did all that stuff with GTA. Bring in, I know they have with the soundtrack here. You got Willie Nelson did some songs, things like that, but it's not in online. Bring in some opera singers, bring in some country western singers, or you know, and have them. You could go and like see their characters to play these songs. That'd be great. I love the music idea. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section. And what kind of musical instrument would you play? And let's see. If I could meet any, like, so I would play the blues. I'm just going to tell you, because I want to know who you got. What kind of music would you choose? And it has to be available back then. You can't be like, I want to learn from Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry's not alive yet. You know what I mean? You can't be like, I want to learn from Stevie Ray Vaughan, because that's who I would choose right off the rip. I'd be Stevie Ray Vaughan. So I'm going to go with, I would want to learn from somebody. Muddy Waters was too early, or too after. He was like he was in the 20s. I think Muddy Waters was 20s or 30s. But yeah, blues musician, that's who I would choose. And they can make it just a crazy experience with every musician. I'm imagining too, like, remember that? You ever see Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes.
You know Jack Sparrow's dad's character, the dude from the Rolling Stones plays Keith Richards. He plays the older Jack Sparrow, his dad, right? Like, imagine you're meeting a dude to learn a song. Oh, that could be another cool thing, too. Listen to this. So you can learn different songs for the same instrument in different places. You know what I mean? So, like, you could go to Thieves Landing and learn from a dude that looks like fucking that dude. You know what I mean? Like the fucking old he plays some fucking crazy song on a violin at the pier at the end of the night. You know what I mean? And it blips off and you're like, what was that? And you go learn that song. If you can learn that song. You know what I mean? Like, make it hard, man. Don't be afraid to make it hard. I love that stuff. Like, because then
it's better.
The harder it is, the more exclusive it is. That's what I think Rockstar needs to embrace this a little bit in this game. They've been really starving us with content, and I know they don't want what happened in GTA to happen in here, but we talk about this all the time. We need a high price, something very hard. Make it hard. Lowry's revolver was fantastic. Just to get that gun was an experience. Like, that gun has a story to me because it actually has a story. Do you know what I mean? Like, they need to have stuff like that, exclusive stuff like that we have to go out and bust our balls to do. You know what I mean? We talked about the treasure hunting DLC where we got to track down a sunken ship somehow, make it about. The music thing, I want to know what you guys think. So in the comment section, before we're going to move on, tell us what instrument would you play, and what kind of music would you want to play on that instrument? I'm really curious as to what you guys would think. Okay.
Mm.
So, we're moving on from the music. But Crips needs more responsibilities too. The horse,
Yeah.
the horse. Oh, you owe me a horse training thing. What would you train your horse to do?
I want more like different kind of moves on the horse, like maybe a bow, like you can bow with the horse.
Oh, like a mode.
Yeah, with the horse, like horse would make the
man,
emoji or something like that.
If I can get my horse to give people the finger with a hoof, forget about it.
Or poop in front of them, like make a horse.
Oh man! And you could feed your horse different stuff, so it had different levels of disgust on how it did it. No, I'm just kidding. No, really no. It's Robert Johnson. Just in case, I had to get this for you guys. It's very important. The story of Robert Johnson was the Crossroads. He was the one that it was in exchange for his soul was supposedly able to. Well, he could actually play the blues better than anybody back then. What year was this? I think this is super interesting. He died August 16th, 1938. Years active, 1929 to 1938. Okay. He was after us. But it's a cool ass story to imagine. That's what Frank's doing, man. Are you serious? Matt, you know the guy who's the stranger in here? I can't get off this music thing. We're going to hang around on it for a second because I thought of this. And I know I said we're moving on, but I don't care. I don't care. We're going to do what we want. This is fantastic. Just imagine this. I want you to, if you're out there listening, I want you to just close your eyes unless you're driving and let Uncle Frank take you on a little ride here. What we're going to do is, let's say you went and you bought the guitar. And you were going down the road in Le Gras at night. If you played story mode, you know the night people would come out in these areas, blah, blah, blah. But you see this blip on your map all of a sudden in the dark. And you go by this house. And inside the house, you hear this great music. You know what I mean? Like, there's like 10 people in there dancing. They got a couple of guys outside, you know, drinking. And there's a guy on stage is just tearing it up, right? And as you're going down by, you're listening to music, and you see the blip on your map. So you go over to the blip, and it's a dude standing there that looks like the stranger. And it's at the Crossroads in that area in Le Gras. He's got the top hat on, and he's standing, you know what I mean? And as you go by, he offers to teach you to play the guitar like you just heard. So you're like, do you want to learn to play the guitar like you just heard? Yes or no? Select yes, because I'm fucking selecting yes. I don't care. We're letting that curse word go tonight. We're having fun with it. So if you've been listening this long, YouTube, and then God bless you. So anyway, I'm selecting yes. And then you learn this song from the devil, right? And it's this random event that happens very rarely in the game, that this guy shows up at the Crossroads at the specific time, blah, 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 and just make it something that happens. Like, I don't want to see 100 videos out there about it. It's just something that happens in the game that is an experience. So now, you literally have sold your character's soul to learn this song. So it better be cool. And then very few people will know this song in the world, and you hear it, and it is the most, so you can have the craziest artist in the world play it. They did a movie about it a long time ago, where they had a guy actually like do the same kind of thing. But I think that would be so cool, man. Like, make the song eerie and powerful. You know what I mean? Damn it. Give it to me. All right, I'm fired up about the music, obviously. I don't know why either. I'm not like a big music guy, but I feel like the experience as a character, and then hearing the different songs in the world would be really, really cool. Okay, so Crips needs more responsibility. Your horse has more emotes.
Yep.
Crips needs to be able to do things like order dynamite and stuff like that too, I feel. Like, you know, like, and go get that shit. Like he should be doing stuff.
Oh, we could like as Arthur like camp, there was like you could upgrade your camp. There
Right.
was this place where you could get the ammunition. You could order the ammunition on your camp, and you could always fill it, and you could take it
Right, and there was
off
dynamite and
there.
stuff there too.
Yeah, yeah, everything.
Yes, we need all that. We need all
Yeah.
that. That needs to happen. What also we need is a mule so I can strap more ammunition to it and trail it behind the horse. Absolutely.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? Pack mules. That's extremely common. I know that sounds stupid, but that's it. Literally, I just watched a whole thing on how General Custer got his ass kicked, and a lot of it had to do with people didn't pack their mules right, believe it or not. So they didn't have the supplies and ammunition that they needed. So, without getting into history, because I'll do that shit all day, in case you guys didn't know, Uncle Frank loves history. And by the way, little things that if you guys are watching the series, the Legend of Frank Castle, Devil's Regiment, the stuff that I'm telling you guys in there is absolutely true, and it's true to exactly the time period. Now, there was no Devil's Regiment. That's all fabrication. But Philip Henry Sheridan was a real general that really did everything that I'm telling you. So I thought that was, I'm a big fan of history. So I thought that was really cool. That this general was the first guy to implement this real scorched earth tactic. He really became in charge of the military in 1888. And so attaching the Devil's Regiment to that I thought was super cool. Because he sounds like a guy, because of the scorched earth and everything, that would really have something like this. Does that make sense? The things I've told you guys about the cannonballs and when people would show up and shoot the people on the sidelines, all that stuff is true. What else? If I give you guys a historical date, or like a story without involving Frank in the story. Frank's obviously a fictional character, but anything else that I'm telling you, like are real events that happened in history. It was like I threw in Pancho Villa in the last one. That's a real Mexican revolutionary leader. So when I say something like these same men became the leader of, or became Pancho Villa's revolutionary army, Pancho Villa came about 10 years after when we're telling this story. So I like just people, maybe you hear something that like, wow, Pancho Villa. So now it's real. When you hear these names, other than if you know the name from the game, Amos Lansing, shit, like that's fake. But if you're hearing names like Philip Henry Sheridan, Pancho Villa, Vlad the Impaler, I'm including things in history that I think are super cool for you guys to check out. You know what I mean? Like the guys that I'm mentioning aren't just names. I'm like, I need a name. So you know what I mean? So if you guys are into that stuff, look these people up because they're real people and they did some real crazy stuff. Pancho Villa is an amazing story. Vlad the Impaler obviously is that's who we call Dracula. He's amazing. Philip Henry Sheridan's amazing. I'm going to be adding a lot of stuff like that because I think history, if you look at it from a cool angle, is extremely interesting. So we're going to keep going with that. And as we add, real quick about the show, guys, you guys, if you're into the show, I want you guys involved. I'm going to really try to add people. So like I keep saying, throw your stuff out there if you want to be involved, because the character, we're going to be adding the characters to it in a couple of weeks. In like 2 weeks, you'll see Amora come and a few other people will be showing up. And then it's just going to progress from here. We're going to have some fun with it. So I appreciate you guys tuning into that. It is a lot of fun. And I'm having a blast with the voiceover. Bear with me because Uncle Frank doesn't do voiceover work. So we're figuring out as we go. Okay. Oh, I really want to try this. We're going to try this after the podcast, but this has been on my mind, and I really want you guys to try it maybe because I think it's really cool. Never seen if it works or not. I want to troll for alligators with a NPC or player if you're volunteering. But you know, like lasso them and drag them through like in a private server through Alligator Alley and just see what happens.
Oh no.
Like I mean, maybe how funny would it be? Because I've always thought about it. Like I should do that, and then it's one of those things that I start doing something else. I never ever do it. If you just go over there and you lasso somebody and drag them through, maybe you hook a gator. Maybe then you got the gator on the back and it's thrashing, and you know what I mean? Like, and you're dragging an angry gator.
Won't. Well, you Well,
Listen,
I
let
have
me
kind of
dream.
done those things.
Let me dream. You've actually lassoed somebody and dragged them through the swamp and tried to catch a gator like you're trolling?
Not really, but you cannot. They won't go and bite the player or like NPC if they are in lasso. They have to break free, or you have to let them go, and then
Oh.
it will happen.
What about a body? What if it's dead and we're dragging it behind it? What do you think?
Um, no, they won't attack it because it's not alive.
She's our Steve Irwin, ladies and gentlemen. Amora is our Finnish Steve Irwin back from the grave. I wish we had a stingray in this camp right now. I'd throw it on you.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Amora's like, no, you cannot drag the people through the camp. And I'm like, how do you know all this stuff? You know what I mean? Like, I knew you would know that, though. Fuck, son of a gut. All right, here we go. You little. Okay.
Sorry to crush your dreams.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So, okay, I had this. Excuse me. I had to. Wow, what a lightning flash! Look at this. This is why we're live, baby. We're at the camp live because we were doing this in the Moonshine Shack. But I just thought it was more interesting to kind of be on the road. And if something happens out here, we could just jump up and beat the hell out of each other. We don't gotta like go up a bunch of stairs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like phase out. I could just strangle her from their seat. Okay. So while I get distracted by this lightning storm, because I love this, is I wanted to know, what is your favorite town in the game and why? Oh, I got
That's
questions
a
for
tough
you tonight.
question.
To
God
answer.
damn it.
I'm on point. This is what I mean. Frank has questions. This is what we should do. Very soon, I'd like to tie you to a chair and put bright lights in your eyes and ask a lot of weird questions, and then we'll do a podcast like that. You know what I'm saying? And if you get it wrong, I get to do something. Yeah, like Ghostbusters, like electric shock. Yes.
Oh
We'll ask
my
questions.
gosh.
I'll ask questions that the answers are really vague and be like, wrong, done.
Okay, if you, I
What?
have like questions for your question.
What
Um,
questions?
like the what town I like the most.
Yes.
Does it has to be the where I am the most?
No. What town do you like the most? Not like where do you hang out the most, or just what town do you like the most in the game, or
Well,
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
the strawberry,
Okay.
but I also like Saint Denis. Like they are some like different aspect, like
You
big
get to pick
city
one.
and
You gotta
oh my
choose.
gosh!
Gotta choose.
Oh,
100%.
strawberry.
Perfect.
Fuck.
You took mine. All right.
Mm,
Tell me why strawberry.
because it's just like where I would live if I would be um in
Yeah.
this place really.
Yeah.
Because it's so nice looking. I like the hotel aspect, like everything there is like really nice houses, and there's a stream, there's like mountains, there's trees,
Yeah.
tall trees are near there, and everything like it's really pretty place.
Yeah. Oh, you took mine. I was gonna say
Sorry.
that too. Okay. I told you guys to do this before, where you make the deeds to the properties, things like that. But it is really funny. Somebody took the hotel, one time, or somebody took the hotel when we were taking properties, and they hung out in that hotel, like it really was their spot. Like you would come in, and he was just there all the time. You know what I mean? Like if you joined on him, he was at that hotel. If he joined on you, he went to that hotel, and it was his spot. And it was cool because we would go there and we would like see the hotel. I saw more of the building in the hotel because he had that. And that's another thing. I've been noticing a lot of new stuff lately. Not saying it's new to the game, but just by exploring more and not having like this agenda of gotta go here and get this coin and throw it in my satchel and then go to the wildflower. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like just actually like enjoying the game. There's so many cool things that, like, I was in a barn the other day and they had the boat. This is something I want to ask you too. they had a boat sanding thing at some point. Was that in story mode, right? Over by the Braithwaite Manor. Was there like a boat sanding thing where you did like work to a boat, or am I completely imagining that?
Mm, what do you mean?
So like, I think I could swear it was in there's like a barn area, a workshop area, right near the Braithwaite Manor. If you come out of near the gazebo, closest to the water,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
Come out that side door. There's a building that is in front of you to your left
Mm-hmm.
that has a boat inside, and you can go inside. And I remember I was trying to do it the other day. Like, man, I think we could plane this boat. Like in the video where I was chopping wood. I thought maybe you could like grab like an animation and plane that boat, and I thought I had done that at some point.
No, I
No,
don't. I don't remember
yeah,
anything of it.
but it's really cool. Anyway, just to go around and find these little areas that have these little shops that could be fantastic for role play or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or just make it yours. Like I said, who is to say that you can't have it? Just
I
because
want a
that's yours.
hotel.
Take it. Which hotel? In
Strawberry
Strawberry? That's
Hotel.
yours now. We'll make a
Yes.
deed after this. You gotta stand
Woohoo!
out. You gotta stand out front and welcome everybody to town. No,
God
we gotta do
damn.
that. No, we gotta do it in a server. We gotta do it in a server. If you want the hotel, you gotta do it one whole day, 24 hours. We're making up rules. Okay, so let's see. This is something out of this game, but I want you guys to check it out, or if you know anything about it. It's a game called This Land Is My Land. It's the basically, from what I've heard about it, it's the Indian side of the kind of the yin to the yang. So it's basically the Indians during this period of time and slightly before it. I can't remember the studio name, but I wanted you guys to check that out. It's called This Land Is My Land. If you guys know something about it, whether it's cool or not, I'm not saying go buy it at all. I don't know anything about it. I don't even know if it said it was coming out in 2019, but I don't think it's out. If it is, and you guys have played it, it's for PS4, because I've looked it up. It's for PS4, but I didn't see a release date. I didn't see it out. I didn't see it for sale. But if you guys, for some reason, do have it or do know anything about it, let us know in the comment section. I'd love to know more. It seems really cool. It looks like, if it's not out already, Rockstar should just buy that and throw it out there. You know what I mean? Like, just put it out. Buy it, take the whole concept, throw it into a game real fast, and throw it out. I know that's not really how long it takes, but I think that would be great to play the Indians' perspective of this.
Yeah.
Now, new Showdown Modes. This is something that I think is a great idea. I'm going to find who said this last week. But I think new Showdown Modes is a fantastic idea. I think we need a lot of those. It gets really redundant for us to be going in there and doing the same thing all the time. You know what I mean? Like, it's either stash the supplies, you know what I mean? Drive them back with the fist, things like that. We need different game modes. We need different game maps too. But what we're missing ultimately is a line drawn in the sand, and it's two teams against each other. That's really what we're missing in that. We have it in a couple of maps, but it's in the orchard. And those are the most fun. Do you know the one in the Showdown where we play in the orchard? It's like it's outside Saint Denis, or it's one of the manors. We shoot it up between the houses. It's in an orchard. It's two teams. Very, very few Showdowns are two teams. I have an idea for a Showdown. Yeah. I want, because it involves, the prison Showdown where you can do it at Siska, where you got to like run around the thing, try to secure that. Okay.
Yeah.
In story mode, do you get to go to the prison?
Yes.
So it is fully formed inside, right? I don't know if are there prisoners in story mode and stuff like that inside the prison?
Well, yes. I don't think we can get inside really, but I have been glitched in there a couple of times.
Well, so is the building structurally formed?
Yes.
Okay, so there's like walls on the inside, there's cells and all that shit.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think so. But I cannot get really inside.
No. I'm just
structure, but
yeah. My thing is this. I think it would be cool to have guards versus prisoners at Siska. Like they break out, and
Oh.
you got to rein them in. You know what I mean? Like, and the prisoners have no weapons to start, and the guards are dressed as guards, and they're up. You know what I'm saying? They got to get to the prisoners. They gotta, they get more points for the prisoners they bring in alive, and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? So you got
Mhm.
to use, the hog ties and all that stuff. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
You have any prison mode ideas or prison? Not modes. I guess it's not really a mode.
Well, no, I don't have because I really don't do the showdowns
Yeah,
that
you don't. You're
often.
not really a big
And the
showdown.
maps, yeah, the maps aren't really familiar to me.
Mm.
I know some, but not a lot of them.
We do need some new. You know what? We don't even necessarily need. And this is super simple to do because we can do it if they give us a creator. You know what I mean? Like I could make a map in a creator mode with objectives. This is really easy for them to do. It's not. It doesn't take a lot. Um, we need new maps, new areas to play these things. I think
Mm-hmm.
would really be fun. Um, I'm trying to think of some really cool areas we could do. Um, a snow one would be a lot of fun. Like that house
Ooh.
or that one little area, that old kind of beat up town up in Coulter would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really think off the top of my head too much about like which areas I think would be cool. We used to do one that was a lot of fun at the oil refinery. That was fun. Oh, you know what would be fun? They should do like in the mines. Like one team starts at the
Ooh,
entrance to
yeah.
the mines, or no, one team is in the mines, one team is on the outside of the mines. If you get outside, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm trying to think how I would set the game up though. Maybe you just got to go in and kill everybody in the mine. That would be great. There's that big
Yeah, the
mine
other
in
ones
Ansburg.
defend that.
Yes, that big mine in Ansburg would be a riot to play that.
Mm-hmm.
Do it with just melee weapons too. You're in there in the dark, smashing people. Okay, I've got one more thing I want to talk about. And do you have anything you'd like to discuss?
Nope.
Okay, we got one more thing. This is an aesthetic thing, and I really hope they give us this when we get a piece of property. Actually, I've got two more things. One of them we already discussed, but I'm bringing it back. They're on the same page. So once we get a property and we get a house, we have a gun case. I don't want the standard gun case, like in GTA where you just, or in here where they just box them, you can't see them. I killed almost 20,000 people with these guns, other players. Like I want these guns to be put up and displayed. You know what I mean? Like if it's a
Ooh.
glass gun case, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I could put rifle above something. Like if I'm not gonna be using this rifle anymore, I can put it above somewhere, right? Like my gun, a shotgun above, next to some trophies. Next between two, like a bear's head or some, or I got a stand-up grizzly bear. That's another thing. I want trophies that we kill to be able to take to a taxidermist in here and be put in your house once we have a property. So I want a gun cases
Yeah.
and gun areas, like gun racks around the house, and a really cool glass gun case, or plaques and all that stuff. Just different ways to display your firearms, and hunting trophies in the house. That would be so
Mm-hmm.
cool. So when you don't go to somebody's house, you know how we have all the, what is it, in the moonshine shack, we have all that, the hunter's decor, right? So you just
Yeah.
set that decor and you have all that. I think they should have made it where we got to go get that stuff to put it in that shack. Like you can
Mm-hmm.
have the hunter, you know what I'm saying? I want to go in somebody's stuff and see what kind of stuff they've been hunting. Like if you're the type of
Mm-hmm.
person that just kills squirrels, like I just want to see, like, got like a little squirrel village behind the bar.
Oh.
Or somebody, you know what I mean? Like somebody who's just a badass hunter. He's got some grizzly bears, some wolves. They found Bigfoot and didn't tell anybody. He's chilling, stuffed in the corner. You know what I mean?
Oh, have you ever tried to glitch out in a house that is in strawberry near strawberry?
The taxidermist one.
Yes,
You showed me with the
because down,
mice. With the
yeah,
mice. That's
yes,
the kind of people I'm talking about. Like, okay,
like,
so we're going with this. We need a taxidermist that we could take. I'm not maybe not a role, but as a somebody in the game that's a taxidermist, man, that you could drag something back to and have them stuff that bitch, or cut it.
mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? Like make a fur rug out of it. If you skin a grizzly bear, you want a grizzly bear rug in your house, you got to go get one. You can't just change the decor. You decorate that house
yeah,
with the pelts of the animals that you've killed, like a George Thorogood song. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Snake. You know, you make a house with rattlesnake hide. Why is your house
And
that?
the legendary animal belts would be amazing if you could like
Yes,
display on your house or like
yes.
anything like
I
that.
think. Listen, I'm honestly of the opinion that we will get the hunter role. Like, and that
Ooh,
will be the thing. Like, if you get the hunter role, you can make the sick clothing. I don't think they're gonna give me the taxidermist. I think we're dreaming about that.
mm-hmm.
Where we could make that. That would be so cool. But I really think that we will get the hunter role. The legendary animals are already in the game. They would be really super simple. The guy who made them, what was it called, Trapper?
Yeah.
He was already in the game. I mean, these things are already in the game. It's super easy to turn them into something. They could make the
Mm-hmm.
Trapper roll. They could just drag that over into here right now and put it here. You know what I'm saying? Without anything where we just have to go get the legendary animal, bring it back. Same principle as what we've seen before.
Mm-hmm.
That would be so cool. You know what I'm talking about? I want that gun case. I brought this up for the gun case, but I'm all about that damn the taxidermy. I just think that would be so cool.
Yeah. And if anybody don't know what's in that house, there is like a basement, and there's a lot of different animals that are stuffed, and there is like squirrel riding a fox and that kind of stuff, like weird stuff
It's yeah, it's
downstairs in the basement.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. What she's talking about. She sent me pictures of. I've never been, but apparently, okay. So it's above the strawberry. It's a blue house, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
directly above strawberry. Like you can't miss it. You've ridden by it 100 times. It actually has some stuff. Like I think it has statues outside. I don't think it's taxidermy.
And there's also stuffed animals like a cougar and the buckhorn
Right. Yeah, it looks like a
deer.
cougar taking down a pronghorn or something right out front.
Yeah.
Yep. So if you go in this house, it's almost like if you've ever seen shadow boxes, like where it may, you know what I mean, like little scenes with animals. And I didn't know it was in the basement because I've never been in there. So it's in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny. You guys gotta go check that out. How did you glitch in there? Tell everybody how to do it.
It's really hard by nowadays, but I have like my gun,
Yeah.
and other hand I have my lantern out.
Okay.
So I was in third person mode,
Okay.
and I was holding the lantern and pointing my gun down. I walked to the door,
Mhm.
and then I had to my hand should with the lantern has to be in the other side of the
Of the door.
like glitch in of the door, yes.
Okay.
And then you need to push for like fast as the that you go first person mode and you jump.
So you got your lantern in the door in first person mode or third person?
Third
Oh,
person.
third person. Then you go
You're
to
point
first
yeah, you're
person and
pointing
then
your
jump.
gun down and you go first person and jump.
Okay. So gun
It is
down,
really hard
lantern
now.
through the door. Gun down, lantern through
Hmm.
the door. You're in third person. You go to first person and jump. That's the principle of it. So if you guys want
Yeah,
to try
really
that out and
fast.
check out the basement, I just want to give you a way. I want to talk about it and be like,
Yeah.
yeah, the basement's really cool. How the hell do we get in here, Frank?
Or you can get the bigger animal like panther, cougar, and place its head on the door
Mm.
in the middle and skin it and when you skin, the animation comes up, and your character goes in the head in the last, try to pull the last belt like on you, and you should be glitching inside. I haven't done that, but I have seen other people do it with
Okay.
that way.
Well, Maura, you and your fantastic self, I appreciate you being here as always. And I want to
Thank
thank you
you.
guys for being here from the bottom of my heart. It really does mean the world to me. Stay safe out there. Remember that Uncle Frank loves each and every single one of you. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring the bell, the whole damn thing. And we will see you guys really soon.